Social Security.
So with the Shima that I've been with over now Hannity I follow whatnot, given the mosaic of what it is. I don't normally watch Life of the Living. I think he's a you know what I'm saying, as an educated person, or something, well-informed person, whatnot. I said something about mentor. Something about that. Now, with that, I follow Hannity more or less to watch the blog than to watch the show itself. Now, given these two individuals talking amongst each other, whereas Levin is usually on Hannity's show and whatnot, and now Levin has Hannity on his show. The trickery that that has been induced upon me gives me a twisted form and maybe a sense of falsehood and realities of what this of trying to facilitate of being facilitations of what this show is about. So given that, now what I do know, now what I can do, the strong points of this, you can see, if you will, Hannity is a person I follow on Twitter blog, and see how the vocals, the vocabulary changes a little bit when you have a trickery factor involved. Is the strong points, okay? It's the talking points, or whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it, the common denominators and stuff. See how the vocabulary changes. Now you don't know if this is a solutionation for fishing for political gain or whatnot, or whatnot, because from the point of view of myself, it is a point of trickery, as a point of altered trickery. So to be precautious in that situation, where I say, hey, you know what, politically, hey, you know what, to not politicize, not fearmonger, but to politic and to say what I need to say, express what I need to say in a responsible, conservative way, would be to my advantage to be in such a way. So, now I think that now. So with say, Steve Hill is segue. You don't trust is nowhere involved in such a situation. Safety, security. You'll only know security when you know it. You'll only have security when you know it, and stuff like that. These are kind of like mantras of social welfare, or I guess social welfare. I guess you could say society welfare. Like what I said, reiterating on the investment of it, of saying, oh, you know what? You'll have security when you know it. Stuff like that. That's a Republican stance point of view or whatnot, because. If you say, then you can say that's arguable, right? But you can say on the other side of that coin, you can say Democrats believe in service, and there's the trust involved in service. There's a sense of community involved in service and stuff like that, and such and such. Now, I think those to be two clear-cut differences, and how I categorize them as such. Now, to go further on that. You'd have to say, well, you need ingredients of both, really. You need services, you need a little, I guess, a give and take of services, if that means a little trust. I guess trust is not total life, but trust is an integral part of any goodwill. So, but to have security, to be self-sufficient and say, okay, well, I'm comfortable in saying I'm independent, is also a strive that Americans go for. There's a Shima, there's a meta harassment, whatnot. So with the trickery, you see the trickery and say, oh, well, you know what, such and such, and I'm just gonna leave it.